Hello. I have got a brand new build to show off. She's not quite done. There's a few bits and pieces I still need to get, but she's ready to be taken out for a test drive. For this girl, I've gone to soul level 60, so I can invade in Irithyll, Pontiff, the Profane Capital, and the dungeon. And yeah, I decided to go for a dart build. I decided to join the host of tryhards and try and do it, give a dart build a shot. And my goodness, from the few invasions I've had so far with her, I must admit I'm really enjoying the dart build. It's absolutely fantastic. Really versatile, good damage. Loving it, absolutely loving it. So let's quickly go under the hood to show you what stats I'm rocking, and then we'll get onto some invasions. So I decided to go for the Dark Claymore for this build. My soul level 30 uses the Bastard Sword, and I was tempted to use it again because it has a smaller dex requirement, so I could avoid a stat spread and put more points into intelligence and faith. But I decided to, I don't want to have characters with the same weapon, so I decided to go for the Claymore instead. I'm really enjoying the Claymore. I've never really used it before. A lot more range than the Bastard Sword. A much more versatile moveset. All around fantastic greatsword. Really enjoying it so far, and I'm on the for my soft swap. I've got the S stock at +6. We're returning to release era Dark Souls 3, people. The S stock is not the cancer it used to be. I think everyone has all but forgot the the days of S stock cancer, but I've never used it before, so I thought I'd give it a go as my chase down weapon. Got heavy crossbow, of course. I did originally have the light crossbow on this character, but I wasn't really digging the fashion. It was too small. I mean, the light crossbow's good, obviously, low weight, and it still gets good damage. But I decided to use something that no one has ever really used, and I spent far too long, more than I cared to admit, farming that one Cathedral Knight at the top of the Cathedral of the Deep for a heavy crossbow. And fucking Christ, I almost pulled my hair out. I thought it was going to be an easy drop, but no, it fucking took me hours. But yeah, I really like the fashion of the heavy crossbow, looking pretty sweet. So I pair it with explosive bolts and heavy bolts. And when I ran out of explosive bolts, I can just swap to lightning bolts. Obviously, because I'm not using the knight's crossbow, the lightning bolts aren't really that useful. Heavy bolts are much more preferred. For fashion souls, I'm going for Sorcerer's Hood, Undead Legion armor, Gauntlet of Thorns, and Silver Knight leggings. This setup gives me enough poise, just about, to swing through most one-handed straight swords, two-handed curved swords, axes, things like that. So that's all I'm really looking for. Anything else, and I can just swap to the S stock and play a bit more passively. Really digging the fashion as well. The Sorcerer's Hood pairs really nicely with the Undead Legion armor, with the cape and the colour matching the hood. Excellent. Really digging this fashion, especially with the dark tendrils going up the cape. That really fits well with the dark character that I've built. For rings, Ring of Favour +3, obviously. Prisoner's Chain, again, obviously, don't go anywhere without it. And then at the moment I'm keeping on the Scholar and the Priestess ring to really push up my damage. I was originally only using one of the stat boosting rings and having my fourth ring as Chloranthe or Sun Princess, etc, but the damage I'm getting is absolutely fucking redonka-nuts, and I just wanted to get it as high as possible. And you can really steamroll people with the damage you're pushing out, keeping these two rings on. So I highly recommend it. I don't think I'm going to swap them out. So yeah, let's have a look at the stats quickly. I went to 25 vigor. Obviously, the Prisoner's Chain bumps that up to 30. I did my original original vision for this character was going to be like a dark pyro or dark miracle sorcerer build, but I really hate having to have another thing to think about with regards to spell swapping, etc., keeping an eye on your FP bar. So I just said fuck it and just kept my attunement at 12, which is the base stat for the pyromancer starting class. I went 20 endurance, which is bumped up to 25 by the prisoner's chain. 12 vitality, which is bumped up to 17. I suppose I could have kept that down and put more points into faith, but I wanted a bit of flexibility with regards to fashion. I've got the base set, the strength and dex requirements just enough to wield the claymore one-handed, which I do sometimes. One-handed moveset is sort of, obviously it doesn't have the hyper armor of the two-handed moveset, but when you need crowd control and you're up against multiple opponents, the one-handed moveset does really well. And I went to 22 into faith, and the scholar and the priestess ring bumps that up to 27. So yeah, I'm really digging this build, man. Like, I've only done a few invasions, and the ones I'm going to show you after I completed the character, I only had about an hour before I had to go to work, and the invasions I'm going to show you were from that hour, and at the moment I'm really digging it, and I'm really looking forward to getting into some more in-depth invasions. So yeah, let's go invade. Right, so I've only got 3 invasion clips. There were a few more I had against solo hosts, but they weren't particularly interesting since they seemed to be extremely new at the game and I absolutely steamrolled them. So yeah, this first one in a Revion cosplay with his drag armor and Black Knight helm. Not quite as good as Revion. He's using the Black Knight sword and the shield one-handed. Which, you know, it can be a good combination. You can go straight into the weapon art Perseverance and then go back to using the one-handed moveset, which I think has a faster swing rate than the two-handed. But yeah, I'm playing quite sloppily here. I make a few trades that I probably shouldn't make. It was a while since I'd PvP'd, at least a week, so I was a bit rusty. And going back in with a new character, and you know, I've been used to sword and board for so long. So yeah, there you go, stance weapon art. Because I'm used to using stomp with the bastard sword. I keep forgetting that your hyper armor doesn't start up as soon as you press L2. So yeah, I deal with it pretty quickly. This next one was quite funny. One of the shortest co-op interruptions ever. So these poor guys, I roll up on them and you know, I make my introduction, blasting a few explosive bolts at them, and the host gets, you know, he gets quite brave and he starts to come up against me, and for some reason the Phantom doesn't join him. He seems incredibly afraid, and you can see just how fucking quickly I can take people apart and chase down with the S-Stock. It's done. And then the Phantom is hiding behind his shield. He didn't help his friend. Now this invasion, the final invasion of the video, this one was excellent fun. This guy Shogun, he was a sneaky goose. I found him down by the bonfire, and you know, gives me a bow, and I think he's wanting to have a little duel. And then I hear someone coming out, Chameleon, and oh look, it's his password summoned over-leveled friend with the Dragon Slayer axe, and you'll see in a minute he can spam Sunlight Spear like a good one. So yeah, I'm a bit wary because the host is chucking Chaos Bed Vestiges, and we got old Lap here slinging Sunlight Spears and using his Dragon Slayer axe. That is a bad fucking combination. So I have to be very wary about when I can and cannot engage. I don't want to get spells chucked at me when I'm trying to melee. I know a lot of people complain about spellcasters in invasions, especially when when hosts are ganking with friends. And one thing you gotta remember is they don't have unlimited casts of that. They might feel like they do, but if they're willing to shit themselves dry, spamming Sunlight Spear or Chaos Pit Vestiges or Crystal Soul Spear, if you can comfortably dodge it, just let them spam it, and eventually they'll shit themselves dry, and then, you know, all they've got to fall back on is their shitty melee ability. Almost bite it there, because I wasn't watching my health. Risky crossbow bolt there. Again, we'll see in a bit that this host is also a parry king. He likes to mash that cess just like a good one. Because I have a little bit of attunement, I decided not to waste that, and I put medium heal on my build. Unfortunately, I can only afford one cast of it, which is quite unfortunate, and I'm thinking about replacing that with one of the regen spells. It costs a lot less to cast, although your health recovers slower. Yeah, parry king, good job. I'm able to get a couple more casts out of it, so I think I might do that in future. Yeah, so this is this invasion is a lot of a lot of crossbow turn and burns, and a lot of me trying to bait them up these stairs. They're quite clever. They don't take the bait. They don't want to engage me with the Pontiff Knights, which is, you know, the correct thing to do. So I get to hold this choke point, and whenever I want to fall back to heal or to reset the encounter, all I have to do is go up these stairs and fucking mashing parry in the thin air. Fucking Christ. Yeah, all I have to do is go up these stairs and I can reset the encounter, because they don't want to fight me. And again, they're quite happy to sling their projectiles and cast their spells and just yeah, shit themselves dry. Like, this guy's chucking firebombs, and I can quite comfortably dodge these. So I'm just gonna let him do it. I'm just gonna fucking let him. And he doesn't. He has maximum of 20 firebombs, and once they're gone, they're gone. And I'm not gonna go down there and engage whilst one guy's slinging projectiles. Oh, cheeky backstab. I make a mistake here. I walk away thinking that he was dead, and I have to turn back, and I fuck up on the trying on the chase down, and I don't get him. There was some either well-timed rolls or some expert panic rolls there, and he gets me good with that Dragon Slayer axe. Blimey. I know they get scaled down, but by Christ, they do not get scaled down enough, in my opinion. Yep, see, as soon as I think I have some respite to attack the host. Nope. Sunlight Spear to the face. So I sort of realise now that the only thing I can really do in this situation is wait for them to run out of FP and to run out of spell casts, and then I can safely go in and engage in close combat, because I think I can take the white is pretty rubbish at this game. You know, he's one-handing the fucking Dragon Slayer axe. He's just spamming miracles. I feel I can take him. And the host, on the other hand, he's parry king, and we all know how I like to deal with parry kings. Crossbow turn and burn people. It fucking works. It worked at soul level 20. It works at soul level 60, and I imagine it will work at soul level 125 if I ever go back to the meta level, which I probably won't. Yeah, speaking of, I don't like. I'm kind of sick of meta level invasions at the moment. I spent so much of my invasion time at soul level 125, and it just sort of got really boring, to be honest. I think although you have less flexibility with your build at lower soul levels, you can still be quite expressive and come up with some quite unique builds. Whilst keeping at lower soul level, and I'm just pretty much done with soul level 125. I go back to my 125 character occasionally when I fancy doing some dueling, which isn't particularly often. But yeah, I'm really loving doing these specific level characters, and I haven't got any plans to do another one at the moment, but I'm sure I will do. I think level 50 is probably another one I'm going to do. Maybe level 90. Soul level 90 meta for life. So yeah, all I'm trying to do is just bait them up the stairs. I want to get these Pontiff Knights involved. These are the only way that I can sort of keep one of them distracted, so I can go to town on the other one. More Sunlight Spear. More Chaos Bed Vestiges. Jesus wept. See, the host runs off there. I'm not sure what he was trying to do, whether he was doing menu swaps or something. He's got to throwing knives. He's run out of fire bombs, so he's going to throwing knives. Like, okay, you can spam throwing knives at me, they're not going to do any damage, and then when you're out of throwing knives, that's it. More throwing knife spam. It's really GG, sir. Fucking Sunlight Spear, man. Just when I think it's safe, he's got more casts. But don't worry, he's bleeding himself dry. And the thing is with spellcasters as well, you have to remember that they usually will have nice parry. They usually will have allotted some of their Estus to Ashen Estus. So, you know, once they've shit themselves out of all their spells, you know, all they've done is given themselves one or two fewer Estus blasts to use. So, you know, I see sort of being as long as you can make them lose all their spell casts, I think going up against a caster group is a hell of a lot more beneficial. See, I took the risk there. Fortunately, I don't think he's got any Chaos Bed Vestige casts left. Yep, Divine Blessing from the White Phantom. He's out of Estus. I've bled him dry of Estus now because he had to expend so much on Ashen Estus. So now this is his final life bar, and I've still got two Estus left, and I got to really be careful with using these because at the moment it looks like the host is. I think he's on his last one as well, his last health bar. Stupidly I walk into the hyper armor of that Dragon Slayer axe instead of letting him swing and then punishing his swing. I was so thirsty to try and get this guy out of the way, but I get smart eventually. Ah, and the host has disappeared. Where's he gone to? Oh, does he want to summon? Well, too fucking bad. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday. No one's fucking coming to help you. Again, Sunlight Spear goes to the Cestus to do the Perseverance. Jeez, I see right through that. Crossbow turn and burns. Pew pew. Yeah, man. See, I've run out of explosive bolts now, so I have to make a quick swap to the lightning bolts. Yes, praise the sun indeed. There's my last Estus. Oh, he still had one more left in him. Nice parry. No summon signs there, mate. it's not. This is not prime time TV. This is Yeah, this is mid-afternoon TV, mate. No one's coming to help you. Sunlight Spear again. See, and he's knocked me right down just with one Sunlight Spear. Fucking password summons, man. So, despite this being the first hour of sort of invading with this new character, I already pop a Divine Blessing because I know I can win this. And I'd be fucking damned if I'm going to lose to these guys. Fucking Scrubbalicious, level fucking 400, over level Dragon Slayer X bullshit Phantom. So I'll go to the S stock here. I want to make a quick kill. I want to get in and out and make a quick kill of this Phantom, but unfortunately he's able to get past my S stock. So just go back to what works, right? Crossbows. Again, when they want to charge me down and try and crowd me, all you have to do, go up these stairs, reset the situation, they go back to neutral again. Nice dodge. Hitbox pawn. There we go. Finally finished him off with the crossbow. Right. God, I breathed a massive sigh of relief there. Now it's just a case of taking care of Mr. Parry Spammer. And he's dead. And he gets the point down. And because he almost made me late for work, he gets a load of poo thrown at him as well. So GG to all involved. Right, so that's my soul level 60 guy. I hope you enjoyed it. I will definitely be invading more with her. And yeah, thanks very much and goodbye.